job of a support worker is to help people lead great lives. It's really important that support workers listen to the people that we support, listen to what they want, listen to what they need, and bring in our values around treating people with respect. It's about helping that individual develop and be the best that they can be and develop in their lives and have a fulfilling life. Well, I've worked in social care for a long time, over 30 years. So I began my career when I first started working with people with learning disabilities. I worked in a care home that 30 people with learning disabilities lived in. I spent a number of years in the 90s helping people come out of the long stay hospitals and resettle into the community, into ordinary homes, into houses for 3 or 4 or 5 people, which is much better. That's how you and I live, it's how would anybody want to live. And moving beyond that, people now will often live on their own, or they might live with 1 or 2 people. The other thing that's changed is people used to live always in care homes. Now actually a lot of people have got supported living arrangements, and the difference in that means people have a tenancy. They have the same rights anybody else would have that's renting a property. It gives them a lot more choice and control over their life. I'd say the other thing that's changed over the years is moving from a medical model of disability to the social model. So a medical model of disability means we see what's wrong with somebody and we expect people to fit around the things that are around them. The social model of disability means that we look at the barriers that are in the way for people and how we can overcome the barriers. So choice and support has changed so much over the last 30 years in a really positive way for people.
This? Very fascinated with this, are you?
Well, I think we can all imagine that if we weren't able to make choices for ourselves, that would not be a good place to be. You know, we make choices every day, don't we? From what jumper we're going to put in the morning, what we're going to have for our breakfast, even the way that we follow our morning routine. Do we have our shower first or a cup of tea? Those choices that are really small things that we make all the time are equally important to people with learning disabilities and autistic people, and we have to help them make those choices, particularly when people might not have had the opportunity to do so before. So a big part of our job in Dimensions is making sure we give people the right to make those choices, from the really small things in life to the really important things. Think back to the things I said about how social care used to be back in the 80s and 90s. It was seen that actually if you've got a learning disability or you're autistic, why would you want to stay out late? Wouldn't you want to be in bed by 8:30? Well, actually no. Why would you want to be any different to how you or I would be? So staying up late is a really important part of people being a full part of society and really being involved. So actually, if you're 25 years old, you might want to go to a nightclub until 2 a.m. As a lot of 25-year-olds do. So the Staying Up Late campaign has been really clear that we need to organise our support around the person the way they need it. So actually, rather than thinking, well, everyone's got to finish at 9 o'clock and everyone's in bed by 9 o'clock with a cup of cocoa, how do we help people live their lives and achieve the things they want to do? I think we need to think about ourselves. We all have control over our own lives, and we know that's really important. Often for people with a learning disability or autistic people, that control's been taken away through various means over the years. What we need to do is help people give control back to those people, because it's a really fundamental part of living well. Fundamentally, we need to help people be in charge of their own lives and their own dreams and their own destiny. Actually, there are times in life that we all make bad decisions. So, you know, sometimes I might decide that actually I'm going to have fish and chips for my tea on a Saturday night rather than fish and vegetables in the way that I might normally have. I understand the consequences of making those bad choices. So I understand that if I was to have fish and chips every Saturday night, I'd probably put on quite a lot of weight quite quickly.
It says the 28th of March.
It's about helping people understand the impact and the consequences of the choices that they make. But just because somebody wants to make a choice that wouldn't be the same as your choice, and it's perhaps an unwise decision, it doesn't mean they shouldn't be supported to do that. It's about helping people understand what the consequences from those choices might be. But we shouldn't assume that our choices are the same as other people's. A lot of the people we support might need information presented in a different way to help them understand. We use easy read materials, we might use videos, so we need to help people understand what options are available to them, what the consequences might be of bad choices and what a better choice might be. And that's about working alongside somebody, really getting to know them and really helping them understand the impact and consequences of choices. Sometimes people have a legal framework around them that we need to follow. There's something called the deprivation of liberty safeguards that apply to some people. It does affect the amount of choice and control they have, but fundamentally we need to give people as much control as we can because that's good for them. We need to be ambitious for the people we support. Actually, the people we support might not have had people being ambitious for them before. It's their horizons and their perceptions and the way that their vision for their life might be quite limited because of the circumstances they found themselves in. So our job is to help people be ambitious, to be ambitious for them and to really understand their full potential and the things they might be able to do, whether that's getting a job or taking up a new hobby or learning new skills. We're all much more fulfilled by being able to do things for ourselves. One of the great things about working with working age adults with learning disabilities or autistic people is the amount of potential that people have got. So people have got huge potential to learn new things, develop new skills, make a contribution to society. And also it's the difference between care and support work. So care implies that you're looking after somebody, that you're there to do things for them. Supporting someone is about helping them to build new skills and learn new things. Some things are important for a person because it might be related to their health. So for example, it might be really important that we try and reduce someone's medication because we think they take too much medication. It might be really important that we help somebody have their regular health checks or that we help someone with their diet. The things that, if someone's diabetic, how do we make sure they follow the diabetic diet? They're things that are important for a person. Things that are important to a person are likely to be much more based around outcomes that they want for themselves. So actually, it might be important to somebody that they get to go to Tesco's on a Saturday afternoon because it's what they like, or they have their hair done every 6 weeks. They're the things that are important to somebody. The things that are important for somebody are the things that are much more fundamental about their quality of life. In everything that you do as a support worker, think about how is this contributing to someone's independence? Is the way that I'm working with this person helping them learn something new, helping them develop, helping them move on and enhance their skills? That's the question to be asking yourself. So actually, making a cup of tea, is there a way that I can really support this person to learn that in a step-by-step process rather than doing it for them? So all the time just think, am I doing things here that is helping someone to become more independent?